A landmine is a hidden explosive device designed to destroy or disable enemy forces, including people and vehicles as they travel over or near it. It is generally triggered by pressure pads when a subject steps or drives over it. They can be found in about 78 countries and 15,000 to 20,000 people are killed each year, most of who are children. The international campaign to ban landmines, a worldwide movement to eliminate their usage, resulted in the 1997 Ottawa Treaty or the Ottawa Convention. 164 countries have signed the treaty. Despite this, some current and past producers and users of landmines like the US, China, India, Pakistan, and Russia are yet to sign the Ottawa Treaty. In 2016 alone, an average of 23 people every day worldwide were killed or lost a limb to landmines or other remnants of war. Today, landmines are still being used in a handful of conflicts globally. Unexploded ordnance, also known as explosive remnants of war or unexploded bombs, are landmines, grenades, cluster munitions, bombs, shells, and naval mines that did not detonate when they were originally deployed but now pose a danger years later. Their history dates back to the American Civil War from 1861 to 1865. The main threat with unexploded ordnance such as landmines is that the main charge and detonator deteriorates over time to the degree that makes them highly sensitive to slight disturbance, thus making the devices dangerous to handle. Protocol 5 of the International Law on Unexploded Ordnance states that when the active hostilities between involved parties have ceased, each party is required to clear their area of any remaining unexploded ordnance. Even with cutting-edge technology, to detect and destroy landmines, it is estimated that it might take approximately 1,100 years to remove all mines worldwide. There are an estimated 110 million landmines in the ground right now, and nearly the same amount is in stockpiles waiting to be planted or destroyed. A landmine costs between $3 to $30 to plant, but the cost of removing one is about $300 to $1,000. The cost of removing all existing landmines throughout the world is estimated to be between $50 and $100 billion. One deminer is killed for every 5,000 mines successfully removed, and 2 others are injured. It will take about 1,100 years to clear all active landmines if demining efforts are kept in the current state and no new mine is planted. Egypt is the most contaminated country globally with approximately 23 million landmines planted and has the 5th most anti-personnel landmines per square mile. This has hindered the economic development of the country's North Coast and Red Sea region. Egypt's North Coast was contaminated during the 1940s and 50s when Britain and its allies, including Egyptian militias, clashed with German and Italian forces to control North Africa. From 1956 and 1973, the regions to the east, including the Sinai Peninsula, were contaminated with landmines due to Egypt's conflict with Israel. These 2 locations represent about 22% of Egypt's surface area. Landmines and unexploded ordnance pose a unique problem in Egypt, due to the size of their affected areas. Some estimates put this at around 25,000 square kilometers. Furthermore, the material used for landmine manufacture is over 60 years old. There is quite a lot buried under thick sand deposits, making conventional detection techniques challenging, especially considering how hot it gets in Egypt. Egyptian climate makes demining extremely unpleasant. Temperatures often reach 45 degrees Celsius during summer months, and wind-blown sand can bury these devices up to 2 meters deep. Eritrea and Ethiopia are among the world's most mine-infested countries. Landmines dating from World War II, the Eritrean Liberation War of 1961 to 1991, and the border conflict between Ethiopia and Eritrea from 1998 to 2000 continue to maim and kill in the mission areas. There are about 995 dangerous areas, 914 mined areas, and 702 minefields in Eritrea. In addition, it is estimated that some 250,000 landmines and 3 million unexploded ordnances are scattered throughout the country. A landmine impact survey estimated that landmines and unexploded ordnances affect almost 2 million people in 1,500 communities in Ethiopia. Between 2000 and 2004, 588 fatalities and nearly 1,300 injuries resulted from landmine incidents. The most severely afflicted areas are Afar, Somali, and Tigray, where 2/3 of the victims of recognized mine disasters were farming or herding. Landmine contamination in Eritrea and Ethiopia was not seriously addressed until the Algiers peace agreement in 2000. Much of Afghanistan has been riddled with mines. Grazing pastures, crop fields, irrigation systems, residential areas, and roads and footpaths in urban and rural areas are all contaminated. For years, mines have impeded the return of refugees, aid efforts, rehabilitation projects, and development initiatives. Landmines and other unexploded ordnance contaminate over 720 million square meters of land in Afghanistan. Only a handful of Afghanistan's 34 provinces are believed to be free of landmines. The most heavily mined provinces are Kandahar and Herat. Other heavily contaminated provinces include Farah, Paktia, Kabul, Zabul, Ghazni, and Paktika. These are predominantly border provinces with Pakistan and Iran contaminated to keep tens of thousands trying to flee the country. The extent of the landmine problem in Afghanistan is yet to be determined. In addition to the continued laying of mines, previously mined areas are still being discovered at about 12 to 14 million square meters per year. According to the UN Mine Action Service, since 1988 about 41,000 Afghan civilians have been killed or maimed by landmines and unexploded artillery. Since the invasion of Ukraine in February of 2022, Russia has made clear that it is prepared to use violence and devastation to achieve its goals without discrimination. It has launched cruise missiles, sent in tanks, and fired mortars, artillery, and rockets. It has also used something less ominous in appearance but just as brutal: scatterable mines. Scatterable mines were banned under some interpretations of international law and never officially recorded during this war, have appeared only sparingly in Bizraki and Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city. Nevertheless, these weapons add yet another peril for civilians trying to navigate parts of the ruined landscape. Unfortunately, the continued use of conventional weapons in conflicts worldwide has resulted in stockpiles of overabundant, some inadequately secured, or otherwise dangerous conventional weapons posing a threat to global peace and prosperity. Aging ammunition and land mines buried beneath the ground worldwide erupt unexpectedly every day, causing loss of lives and making nearby settlements inhabitable.